Okay, I'm here with Brother Sebastian Anton, a Romanian friar who's visiting Cary now this summer of August 2014, right? And 2013, excuse me. Visiting in 2013. So, and you're here for the first time in
Yes.
Cary, Ohio. And I explained to him yesterday that Cary, Ohio was a place that Father Basil Heiser lived and worked as a young man, as a professor here, before he then moved to Chaska, and before he became provincial, before he became minister general. And Brother Sebastian will be interested in this because Brother Sebastian, in the last years of Basil's life, took care of Basil. And so that's what we wanted to talk about a little bit, about his experience, and especially the last years of Father Basil Heiser's life. Father Basil died in 2009, right?
Yes.
At the age of 100. And for the last 4 years, if I understand it, you took care of him.
Yes.
On a daily basis for 4 years. And for that, we are very grateful. And we need to say thank you for your care to Father Basil. But now you tell us a little about yourself, okay? Just so we know how you got to Rome, and then what your experience was, and then what was your experience of Father Basil.
Yeah, I got to Rome, as you know, when a friar wants to go to Rome, must be called from a general, no? And the former general, Father Joachino, called our provincial, and he told him to send a brother who speaks many languages. This was the key phrase, because they had another experiences with one brother from Poland and one brother from Italy. Even Father Basil told me this. And they tried to work together, but Father Basil told me that was not easy, because he said, call the doctor, or do this, or may you bring me these medicines, may you go and do this service for me, or different questions, and he was not able to understand him. And then he said, but what I'm doing here, that it's mean I'm alone to do all this, because I'm, weak and or everything. And then after all these experiences, he tried to talk to the Father General Joachino and said, may you please try to find a brother around the world who can speak many languages. Even Father Basil wanted this, because he was able to talk not only Italian or English, but German too. And in fact, the first years, we talked in Italian and in German. I tried to talk to him because he spoke very well German. And I was, in the same time glad, and he was happy because I was able to understand him. And we tried to begin all this important service, because my provincial told me, you will go there for 3 months, because the doctors already said that he will die in 3 months. He's old, he's 96. Because I was in a shrine in Romania where they needed my help as a brother, no? Because there are coming many people from many countries, as Italy, Germany, or from the States, from Spain. And the brothers, they didn't want to let me go. And the provincial said, oh, don't worry, he will come back, because only for 3 months he will go there. And everything from 3 months, we went until 4 years. Because even when I arrived the first evening, he was, Father Basil was there in his apartment. He told me, oh, Sebastian, do you know about this service, to be a nurse, to do massage? I said, some massage, I can do something, And he said, oh, I want to see how can you do. And I tried to do, and he was so happy. He said, oh, you can do really very well. And after 1 year, his legs, because when I arrived, the legs was very swollen, and he was not able to walk very easy, He tried, but was very hard, because a lot of liquids was in his legs. I was even amazed. And after 1 year, you could kiss his legs. He was like very nice legs. Yeah. And he could walk like, I said, oh, now you can run. And he was too, very happy. He said, oh, really, I'm feeling very well. Because when I arrived, he was like 74 kilos. And after 1 year, he was 65, 64. What was together, we had the same kilo, 64, 65. We get like on the same, and he kept the last 3 or 2 years this weight, and was very good, because the doctor said to would be better to keep this way. And then, sure, every day doing all this massage, medicines, going to the doctor, meetings, yeah, different services. After 6 months, he was so happy and he told me, now I want to tell you, now I want to tell you, now I trust that you can do this service very well, because before he looked, you know, because...
So basically, he was not expected to live more than 3 months. You got there and he lived 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So you helped him get to his 100th birthday then?
Yes, after 1 year the doctor told me, come out, I want to tell you something personal. I said, what is that? I want to tell you, I don't know what you did. I think this is God's blessing, but he had to die. And since you arrived, he got better and better. Even he was 96. And after this time, he looks better, he can walk, he can use the computer, he can read, he can talk very, very well, he can, you know, many, many things. Because the last 2 years, I tell you, he was amazing strong. He used the computer, I tell you, better than me or than many people.
And he actually used the computer on his 100th birthday.
Oh yes, and after
Right
100, yeah.
After 100.
And he told me, do you know, before to be 100, my wish with God's help, sure, I pray that God will give me good, big energy and all of this good memory to keep me to be 100 and to celebrate the Holy Mass. This is my wish, and after I can live. We talk like, you know, I want to take this plane, I want to fly to Los Angeles, for example. And we talk like, you know, I want to finish, you know, to finish the Mass. This is after the Holy Mass, when he greeted the people, he lost conscience and he failed.
You're talking about on his 100th birthday.
Yes, yes.
So he did reach the goal to celebrate Mass on his 100th birthday.
Yes.
And then right after that Mass, I wasn't in the church, I was there, but I'd already left the church and he stayed to greet people, and then I heard he passed out.
Yes, and I was close to him and I said, Basil, I'm Sebastian, Basil. I tried to, and he said, oh, what's happening, what's happening? I said, the people is here, they are greeting you, you know, many people was there. And he said, oh, yes, yes, thank you. I tried to, and he did, he finished, and then the secretary told me, oh, really, I lost my conscience. And then he took some, you know, he asked for some water, and I gave him some water, and in the, you know, he was tired already.
From the Mass.
From the Mass now, because he did very well. And then came the cardinals, the bishop, a lot of friars, as you know, you was there, the provincial, Father Jim Kent, and many, Father James, Father, so many provincials. Father Michael was there, and they were so happy too. They told me, when you want to come to the States, we will give you a gift, we'll pay for you. Yeah. Because Father Basil told to many people that I had a good assistant, and the people asked me, who was his assistant? I said, somebody from here, but I didn't tell them that I am.
Well, that's a beautiful story. And then I remember then after the Mass, there was a wonderful dinner, and after dinner he spoke again to everyone, and then and then at the end, he said, I'm going to pretend I'm the president, which means I can leave a banquet early.
Oh.
If you remember, he said that.
Oh, yes.
So he said, I'm going to excuse myself now. I need to go rest. And so then he, with a big loud voice, said, Arrivederci tutti.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you took him
yes.
out of the banquet room, you know, up to his
yes, yes.
And then at a table I was sitting at, people commented, man, he said that very strongly, Arrivederci tutti. Sounds like he meant it.
Oh, yeah, really?
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like he really meant that.
Yes.
And obviously he did, because he died within a few days.
Yeah, because I was surprised. He told me now, the second day, Monday, he told me, now really I need to hurry, because I must ask to the Holy Father, because he received a letter from the Holy Father, Benedict XVI, from the cardinals, from the bishops, and from many people, around many people, and he wanted to answer, you know, with a letter, and to tell thank you and everything. Now I'm in a hurry, because I I told, yeah, I prayed only for 100. I want to be, and now I need to do everything in hurry because I don't know when the time. And after 8 days, he left this earth to return in the heavenly Father's home, where with hope I will meet him there.
And so basically, I think we can say you really helped him achieve his 100th day.
Yeah, he told me. Yeah, he told me many times. You don't know when you come in my room and you are smiling and you are very, very open to help me. And I encouraged him. Don't worry about what's happening, because sometimes don't know as an old person can happen many things. And I told him, don't worry. I am here and I do everything what I can, And then he with this encouraging, he had more peace, more. He was more, more in peace with himself. Yeah, this was a big and interesting experience.
Because I remember during my visits there, you would put him to bed every night.
Oh yes.
Then you'd help him get undressed, and massage his legs that he needed,
Yes,
and then get him in bed, and then you'd help him get showered in the morning and get dressed and attend him throughout the day. That was a lot of work.
Yes. This was God's blessing, I tell. Even many people, God's blessing, because I was too so happy inside, and I had a lot of peace when I did all this service. And I didn't realize why, because when we are doing good, God will give you more blessings, strength and everything what you need, because He knows that it's hard. Because without God's help, we can't do anything.
No, and I remember being very impressed, Sebastian, your fidelity to Him on a daily basis.
Yeah, really.
Which meant you really didn't have your own life at that point. Your life was serving Him.
Yeah, because what's happened after he died, I suffered, I don't know how many months, but I suffered. You know what is suffering? I didn't realize that it can happen, but it was a hard experience because...
You mean to lose him?
Yeah, to lose him because I was there, he was here, he was there, he was in the chapel, he was in apartments, I want to go because he's waiting for me, and everything was like...
All of a sudden, your life almost ended too.
I was like blocked. I didn't know what I am doing, because I was concentrated. I am very helpful for somebody in this world, I am doing something very important. And when he died, I was like lost. And with God's help, I recovered after some months, but it was very hard. I cried. Even my mom told me, when you'll be there, you'll realize. When you are far, you will not realize. But because my mom knew about when my father died, I didn't suffer when my father died. I suffered more after Father Basil as after when my father died. Because my father died, all right, I left home. And my mom told me, when you'll be there, you'll realize really the true reality.
So when he was gone, then you realized how much you loved him, basically.
Yeah, really. I told him after, the more I know you, the more I love you. I told him, and he was oh, thank you, I can see this. You take good care, he said. Even everything I wanted to be, like very clean, And the sisters came and they said, "Oh, who is taking care here?" Everything was in order. Everything.
Well, that was just wonderful because I saw you at work.
Oh
with
yes,
Father Basil several times when I visited.
Yes.
About after his 100th birthday, I'd just like to share this little story with you. That Peter Damien, the guardian,
yes.
he knew I was leaving, and he knew I wanted to see Father Basil alone, privately, before I left to come back to the United States. And Peter told me, you cannot see him the day after the birthday. You must wait a day. No one sees him the day after his 100th birthday. He needs to rest.
Oh, yes.
So Peter Damien said, no, Wayne, you can't see him. You can come the next day. So 2 days after the birthday party, I came to the Curia, and I had a chance to visit with him in his room before dinner. And then I took him down to dinner, and then after dinner I took him back to his room. So I had a little time with him.
Yes.
And I teased him, because in the Mass I complimented him how well he celebrated. I didn't think he was going to be able to do that well. but he did. And then I teased him when he intoned the Gloria. I don't know if you remember not. He just belted out Gloria. He lost all his wind by shouting Gloria, and he couldn't get the rest of the sentence out. I teased him about that. I said, you really shouted Gloria, but you lost the rest of it. And his response I will never forget. He said to me, so Wayne, when you turn 100, that's all you can do is just shout Gloria. That's all you can do is just shout Gloria. And he said, then he added a sentence. He said, that's what our life is all about on this earth, and that's what our life is about in eternity with God, is Gloria.
Gloria to the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, Gloria. That's what we do on earth. That's what we do in heaven. So that's all that counts. Gloria.
Yes.
I'll never forget that. And then when he died, I got the message that he died. Father Jim called me on my cell phone to tell me immediately, basically, that the Word come Basil had died. And all that came to my mind was Gloria.
Yes.
You know, and I think that basically you really helped him be able to shout out that word Gloria.
And yeah, I had a nice experience. I think I'm the last person who was able to confess to him. Before to leave, I said, I want to confess. And I confessed and I left. He was 100 and something. And I confessed and I told him, with God's help, I will see you next week. He said, God's willing, you know. Yeah, he said, like, you know, God knows. And really it was so, God knows. He knows everything. And this is the history about Father Basil, and was a nice experience. We learn in every experience.
Well, that is wonderful. Then after Rome, just tell us what you've done since 2009.
Since 2009, I went for 1 year. The provincial told me to go to Assisi to do an experience there, and then they needed help in provincial house with Father Giancarlo in Marche. And,
in the marshes.
Marches, yeah. And they sent in mayor with obedience. And I stayed there until 2011. And then, 2012. And then I returned, the provincial wanted a personal secretary, and he asked me if I want to return in our provincial house to be his personal secretary. And I tried to do, to help him and the friars. Many, 2,050 are there. And everybody wants help, and they think that only one person in this world, and everybody do not. Today is very easy to reach the people, cell phones and everything, computer, but we try to do, and with God's help, even from far, I can help the provincial, because he asked me, can you translate this from English or from German, and I try to do my best, you know, to translate different letters.
But now I understand you're in Germany?
I will go in September with God's help, yeah.
And what are you doing in Germany, and where in Germany?
I will be in the community, in our community in Grabenstedt, they told me. I will be there.
And where's Grabenstedt? Is that in Bavaria? Right?
Yes, it's 50 kilometers from Salzburg.
Okay, right near Maria Eck.
Yeah, right near Maria.
So well, this is wonderful.
So, with God's help, we go on serving the Lord. Now
and
I must
will be upstairs just watching over you.
Now I must be in the office information for helping another people.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story about Father Basil.
Yeah,
and that was just really, really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. God bless you.